Dongshan by Lin Hui. How rich the hills, plains, mountains, with fields and gardens in their beauty. How magnificent the sight of a canal, and how lovely the city on the water. Poem by Lin Hui. Attention travelers, the 1214 local train to Shuling is about to arrive on platform 1B. Attention travelers, the 1214 local train to Shuling is about to arrive on platform 1B. Hi everyone, I'm Christina. Today we're in Dongshan, Yilan, a mecca for tea. Plus, I have a local friend here. He's going to show me around. I'm really looking forward to this because it's a low-carbon, low-impact trip. So, let's get going. Let's go! Attention travelers, for the 1214 local train to Shuling, please wait on platform 1B. Attention travelers for the 1214 local train to Shuling. Hey, hi Mr. Lo.
Morning.
Wow, so how come you have two bikes?
One of them is for you.
This one is mine?
Yes, we're going to see Dongshan on a bike.
Why on a bike?
Because we're promoting low-carbon travel.
Right.
Plus, there's something special about this particular bicycle. It's an e-bike.
So, it's electric?
Right, so it's faster and easier to ride.
So it's a convenient way to go anywhere.
As it happens, the Xinnan Loop bike trail starts right next to the station. It links the Eco Oasis, Meihua Lake, Luodong Sports Park, and the water park.
So many places.
It's 36 kilometers total.
Wow, so biking is the perfect way to see it.
Yes, you can go to all these places and see everything in one go.
Well, let's get going.
Let's go.
Wow, this place is stunning. This station is so unique and it's raised up.
In fact, the raised track is the oldest in Yilan. Dongshan Station was once an important station for freight. It was mostly freight trains. They primarily carried calcium carbide. It came from the factory to Dongshan and from here went all over the country. You see how it looks now? It looks like a melon trellis, right?
Yeah, well, why is that?
Because Dongshan was once called Mount Wintermelon.
Mount Wintermelon?
Just as the name suggests.
A mountain shaped like a wintermelon. Now that you mention it, it does look a lot like an enormous wintermelon. And this whole place is amazing.
The installation art over there looks like an iron farmer. It represents the connection between the rice paddy and the farmer. So this is a wonderful place for a walk.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, let's go.
A train station shaped like a melon trellis and a mountain shaped just like a melon. The combo draws many tourists. From what my guide tells me, that Dongshan area is a treasure trove. Not only does it have spacious fields and a beautiful river, and it's also a wonderful place to travel and get back to nature. Whether on foot or on a bike, visitors get to know Dongshan through unhurried exploration and unlock the beauty of Dongshan's river shore. Wow, this place is so gorgeous. In the summer, surrounded by woods like this, it's still quite cool.
It's not too hot.
Right, it's not too hot. Wow. So the environment here is super perfect for a low-carbon trip.
Look over there. That old steel bridge used to be for trains, see?
The lower one or the higher one?
Yes, the lower one. Back in 2007, the track was moved to the higher one. So now the old bridge connects the Eco Oasis with everything else.
And this is the new one.
The new one is the higher one.
E-bikes aside, there's another great low-carbon tool for seeing Dongshan. This is the Dongshan River Ecoark. For tourists in Dongshan, it's an absolute must-see. And did you know? On the big river, you can feel a gentle breeze on your face as you watch people strolling along and enjoying the trees. Wow, we were just biking up above, but now down here, it feels like we're getting a whole different perspective. It's like we're on a safari.
Yes, this is a duck boat, a great way to enjoy the scenery at your leisure.
Uh-huh. Duck boat? Why is it called a duck boat?
That question brings us to when the Dongshan River floods. The Dongshan River has a small flood every 3 years and a big one every 5. The flooding causes damage to the crops. Watching their crops getting washed away, the farmers could just cry, right?
Right.
So what can they do? Dry their tears and raise ducks. They herd ducks into their paddies to eat the sprouting grain. And when harvesting muddier areas or paddies where there isn't anywhere to step, they use duck boats like these.
Wow, so that's why Yilan is famous for smoked duck dishes.
That's how they got started here.
And now this turned into a more modern kind of tourism.
Right. The river was widened. Soon after, planning started for the Dongshan River Scenic Area. The first part planned was the water park. Right now, they have a huge event, the Children's Festival, going on. Once a flood and disaster-prone area, the Dongshan River has become a cultural hub and a highly international place. And that was the story.
Uh-huh. Well, seems like they've affected a huge area.
Yes.
Now it's quite wide here.
Right.
I never would have guessed that Dongshan River used to flood often. Now it's been overhauled into a beautiful place for tourists. It feels like we're in Venice. And did you know? Whether you're boating or taking photos, the scenery along the way is incredible. But aside from the Ecoark, what else is there to see on a chill, relaxing trip? This must be the place we were recommended by the lady selling tofu pudding. But Fu, he's carrying a box. Excuse me, may I ask if you're Fu?
I am. How do you know me?
Well, I just had tofu pudding at a Tangyuan place. The lady there told me the tea was her joint project with someone named Fu.
Oh, you mean the tofu pudding place in Dongshan?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
And I think she said she had tea-flavored mochi here too, another joint project between you.
Yes, that's right. Actually, I'm here today doing a delivery.
A delivery?
Yeah, some of the ingredients that she might use for mochi are right here.
Ooh.
See, powdered tea,
Wow.
and here's a package of the tea they have in the shop. Why don't we both go in and have a look? You can have a taste,
Okay.
and I'll tell you all about it.
Okay, I'll get the door.
Nah, thanks. It all started with A-Tong making mochi herself. At first, it was for her family, and then after a while, she shared some with her neighbors, and they thought it was delicious. And then all the neighbors wanted her to help them make mochi. On the Lunar New Year, people make offerings and then eat at home, so gradually from helping the neighbors, it became a whole business. Her granddaughter came back to carry it on. She wanted to recreate the feeling of her grandmother's love, and she wanted to show people from Taiwan and abroad that farming villages in Taiwan have amazing products too. She wanted to use more local elements, so she combined a lot of things, including my family's products. My family produces tea, so we make a few things with our unique tea. Yeah.
So what's this?
So this is mochi with oolong tea mixed in.
This has wulong?
Go ahead.
Oh, can I eat with my hands? Wow!
Go for it. You get a better feel using your hands. That's how they used to do it. You can try the original flavor first. And then try the special powdered kind. Hakka mochi is chewy, so authentic Hakka mochi has this kind of texture.
So good.
Yeah, chewing brings out the flavor of oolong.
Whoa.
It covers the original taste of the rice mochi is made of. Instead, you get the fragrance of tea.
It's so chewy, I can't talk. My mouth is kind of...
Stuck together, right? Keep
yeah.
chewing.
It's stuck. As soon as you eat it, the flavor comes out.
It bursts out and you can smell the tea. That's what makes it so good.
Wow.
A lot of other places add artificial flavors, but this has a
look,
lot of natural
if I close
powdered
my eyes
tea.
and do this, it smells like a cup of tea, but it's mochi.
Right. Try another one.
Now this one is, whoa, look how stretchy it is. Okay, so I dip it in the powder?
Yeah, just dip it.
Okay. Do people eat with their hands?
Yeah, there's no rule, but it's better
Okay.
with your hands.
Oh.
This powder isn't purely powdered oolong tea. A few other things have been added, so the taste is many layered.
Oh, is this matcha powder?
No, this is ours. Actually, Taiwan doesn't produce matcha. Taiwan produces oolong and green tea. This is Taiwanese fresh oolong powder. That's because Yilan has a lot of tea, but early on, before the Xueshan Tunnel was built, no one knew about it. So what we've always wanted to do, we'd like to make it part of daily life like Japan has done. Maybe now you've had a taste, you'll remember this tea. Now you know Yilan has
what
good
is
tea.
it?
Here, you can try this. Oolong milk butter.
Milk butter?
This filling is milk butter.
So the stuff inside is milk butter?
That's right, try it. Best with a cup of tea. There's a lot of powder, so you'll want to wash it down. The milk butter
Wow.
filling brings out a different side of the oolong. A lot of customers just like you just love it. Before they didn't know that Yilan had such wonderful tea.
Wow, look how everyone is here waiting to taste a recipe passed down for 3 generations, and the natural fragrance of tea wafts through the whole shop. Not only does it serve amazing food, this comfortable space is a wonderful place to spend an afternoon. This tofu pudding place, also near Dongshan Station, is bustling too. Their nigari tofu pudding is made with all natural ingredients using traditional method that enhance the delicate mouthfeel with a rich soy fragrance. And did you know? These chewy green tea tangyuan also have a connection with local tea leaves. So, how exactly good is Dongshan tea? Why don't we go with Fu and pay a visit to his secret base at the foot of the mountain? The scenery here is an incredibly lush green tea farm. But I have no idea how to pick tea. Look at him. Fu is so focused.
Look at this leaf. Touch it. It's hard, right? And this one is soft. We mostly pick one bud and 1, 2, or 3 leaves as long as they're tender.
So 3 leaves?
We pick them if they're tender enough.
So what about
Doesn't
this
have to be
one?
2
Can you
leaves.
check it for me?
Pretty much like this.
Oh.
This one is already getting a bit old.
You can tell just by looking.
Touch it and you'll see if they're young, they're more flexible. Can you smell it?
Ooh, just a bit, maybe.
Yeah, just a little because you just broke it off. When it's damaged, it releases a little fragrance.
Oh.
That's one amazing thing about it. With higher grade Dongfang Meiren tea, like what we're picking today, or black tea, a lot of people know that you can just pick the leaves and they're a vegetable. It can be used to cook a lot of different things. Green tea, oolong, or black tea, you can cook with them. So basically, you can use it for anything you want.
Whoa, I thought different kinds of tea leaves were grown separately, like a green tea farm, a black tea farm, an oolong tea farm.
No, types of tea aren't separate like that.
So it's a vegetable, you said.
You can try eating it raw.
You can just eat it?
Usually, we don't use pesticides here, so you can eat it raw. Back in the day,
Wow.
people in the mountains would eat them raw if they didn't have water. But don't eat the old ones. You want the tender ones. The old ones
This one?
taste bad. Yeah,
Okay.
the tender ones, they taste better. Oh, when you first eat them, they taste a little bitter, and then the flavor turns sweet. You'll taste the sweetness.
I'm waiting for it to turn sweet.
As you chew, the saliva in your mouth contains enzymes. The enzymes will do their work.
Oh, I think it's happening. So why is it that tea leaves from here are so famous?
The environment and climate here and the rainfall keep our black tea from tasting bitter. So the strain of tea you're picking is called Bailu. Right now, it's unique to Yilan. When it's good, it smells like perfume and like cosmetics and even fruit and flowers.
At the north end of the central mountain range, Dongshan gets plenty of rain and fog, plus the hilly landscape creates a downhill wind. These factors make Dongshan perfect for growing expensive, delicate tea strains. Gazing across a lush green tea farm isn't just soothing to the soul. The sweaty work of picking tea, combined with the scent of tea, wafting through the air, feels like soaking in the essence of tea, like full-body relaxation.
Christina, how are you doing?
Oh, what do you think?
Let's see. Looks like you've picked enough. Let's get
Really?
ready for the next step, fixing the tea. I'll take you there.
Okay.
I'm putting mine in too.
Okay, so how do we do this?
We'll fix them by hand,
By hand?
using our own two hands.
Like this?
Yes.
In the pan? Are you sure it's safe?
It's fine. Actually, back in the day, this was the old way of doing it. Give it a try. This is how you do it. You can try it
Oh.
yourself. Right now, you
Okay.
need to reach in more,
Okay.
a little more, or the bottom will burn.
Whoa.
No, turn it
Whoa.
over like this, between your hands. This way you won't touch the bottom. Hold it between your hands and turn it. You need to
Wow.
get the bottom or else it'll burn.
I didn't know producing tea was such hard work. A moment ago, we were baking in the sun for ages, and after all that hard work, we're standing here in the heat using our hands.
Right. Tea is fixed to stabilize the flavor of the
Whoa.
leaves. If at this point you don't fix it, the flavor will change. It'll turn into a different flavor that might not be good.
So you go through this process every single time?
Yes.
So it should have flavor now.
Right.
Oh, it does.
You can toss it back, it's fine.
Wow.
Now you've experienced the old way, so usually when we have international guests or friends from out of town, we let them experience the things we've experienced like this process. After you try this, we should
Okay,
get going.
where to?
To the next step. We're going to roll tea.
Roti?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, is that okay?
All right. Let's go. Looks
Okay,
good. Time to
great.
go.
Oh. Whoa. Wow, so what are we doing now?
We just fixed this tea. It's fragrant. Very fragrant.
Okay.
Try smelling it. After you smell it, you need to know if this is the smell you want. The idea is to fix the flavor. After fixing, we actually have another important step, rolling the tea. Rolling the tea leaves brings out the taste of the leaves of the plant. So in the past, pickled
Okay.
vegetables, candied fruit, and tea leaves would all be rolled this way. Rolling brings out the juices, so the tea you brew tastes good. Here, you can take this
Right.
clump.
I'll take this. Like this?
It'll be easier for you. Move it around like this, squeeze it, and roll it around like doing Tai Chi. You can use some force like rolling a ball around in the middle.
In the 1950s or so, Taiwan exported tea leaves to a lot of other countries. Back then, it was a huge help for Taiwan in economic terms. Tea farmers made a lot of money. Taiwan's land area is small, but the tea leaves it exported was truly excellent. It was worth its weight in gold. In Taiwan, I love having all sorts of drinks, but when I got there, picking tea was much harder than I imagined. Some of the tea plants are tall and others are short, so you have to bend over. It's really hard work. But though picking tea with food today was hard work, right now I can't wait to drink black tea produced right here in Taiwan. But I want it iced. That was hard, sweaty work earlier. But now my wish has totally come true. Look at this. This is a black tea popsicle.
Taste it. It's the tea you just picked, brewed very strong and made into a popsicle.
Oh,
Nothing else has
nothing?
been added.
So the taste is just black tea.
Yes, this is the taste of black tea. Black tea and just a little sugar and potato starch.
Wow.
The taste is all tea. The idea is to recreate a traditional Taiwanese popsicle using Taiwanese tea to make traditional Taiwanese popsicle.
This is absolutely perfect for summer. It's just so cool and refreshing, like I'm drinking iced tea. This is exactly what I need.
In a bit, I'll make you a cup of black tea. It's a project of ours with the National Palace Museum.
You mean the National Palace Museum?
Yes, we're working with them. It was a lucky opportunity for us. Our tea co-branded with the Palace Museum. Our tea leaves from Yilan and the Palace Museum.
Wow, that's my mom's favorite place.
Here, have a sniff. This is our Palace Museum tea.
Oh, this is it?
Yes, you can tell it smells sweet. A little floral, a little
it
fruity.
does. Is this black tea too?
It is. It's our specialty.
Wow, it smells so good. Okay, I'll have a sip of tea and then a tidbit to go with it. Okay? Is that the right order?
Yonggan first. Take a bite of yonggan first.
First a bite of yanggan and then a sip of tea.
Yonggan is lightly sweet. When paired with tea, the tea balances the sweetness.
Oh,
It's better this way.
a perfect combo. Hey, so all of this is so impressive. From what I've seen, you have mochi and tangyuan, plus this yanggan here, and other sweets, and even popsicles, all made with your tea combined with all sorts of things.
We also have tea beer and tea plum wine. In fact, we've combined tea with a lot of different things. The ultimate goal, what we want to do, is put Dongshan tea into more youthful, everyday forms so that more people will know and have an easier time finding out those wonderful things actually come from Dongshan.
You told me back in the 1950s, tea was one of Taiwan's finest exports. People call it the tea gold.
Right.
But it seems to me it hasn't changed. It's still gold. The quality is excellent. So I think I'd also like to introduce it to more and more people who might not know about Taiwan or who have traveled here. There's amazing tea here. Yeah. So cheers to that. 10 years after returning home, Fu has poured his love of his hometown and his passion for the land into the process passed down for generations for crafting tea leaves. From picking to fixation to rolling to tasting, the ultimate goal is to create tea leaves of the highest quality. He has a craftsman's devotion. No wonder the tea gold produced in Dongshan, Yilan is taking the world by storm with the National Palace Museum. Not only is Dongshan tea expanding its reach, according to Fu, some people cook with his tea leaves, creating a unique local tea-based cuisine. Wow, this smells so good. You know, Fu told me earlier you have tea hot pot here, but I see two different colors here.
That's right. Fu was talking about this one, a hot pot made with Dongshan Shuxing black tea.
Black tea hot pot?
There aren't too many places you can find this.
I've never heard of tea hot pot.
That's because most people assume that if you leave tea leaves in too long, they'll turn bitter. We've solved that problem. We put in something we came up with so even after a long time, the tea won't turn bitter.
Oh, so this is the tea bag?
Correct.
Wow. So what about that one? Is that a different kind of tea too?
This one? Great question. This is our signature rich spicy peanut hot pot. Smells great, doesn't it? Peanut hot pot.
It smells a little like milk.
That's right, but there's no milk in it. The reason it smells milky is because peanuts contain fat. So when you drink the soup, we've added a bit of spicy oil, so it isn't cloying. This is our signature hot pot.
Your signature?
Yes.
What makes it your signature?
A lot of people come here just to order this hot pot. A few years ago, we were named one of Yilan's top 10 best eats.
For this? Peanut hot pot?
Yes, so the last few years, we've been preparing to start selling in North America.
North America? That's my house, my home. Yes,
Your hometown.
my hometown.
So when you go home, you'll be able to find it too.
Yeah, and you know, when I walked in, I noticed that this whole place is so comfortable. All the wood and the filigree window and the light made from a bamboo basket.
That's right. All the furniture and decorations here, aside from the carvings, were handmade by my dad.
You didn't buy them?
No, they're all handmade. But the filigree window is a collector's item. Yes.
Wow. I felt so comfortable the moment I walked in.
That's right. We also have some old farm tools used as decorations, like this thing used to draw lines for transplanting rice. Over our heads, the basket you mentioned a moment ago is called a bilua. It was once used to hold rice.
To hold rice? Bilua?
That's right, bilua. It's a Taiwanese word, yes.
Wow, so unique. What about these dishes? This probably needs to cook a little longer. So can you tell me about these dishes?
As for these, it's not just our peanuts and tea that are local. This dish is very special. Peanut bean sprouts. You can see what it originally looked like. They're in your vegetables.
So which one is it?
This one looks like this.
Oh.
Cute, right?
Oh.
Now this I grew personally. I grew this. I cultivated every stalk
Wow.
myself. That's right. You can eat it raw. It's actually really good for your skin. Have a taste. It's sweet. Very sweet, and it has a nice texture.
Wow. From what he told me, he often shares these hot pot ingredients with his local friends and neighbors. So I feel very satisfied because I've experienced two things. One is delicious food made with local ingredients. The other is a local human element. I'm positive a lot of international travelers would love Taiwan. They say the best part of Taiwan is the friendly people. I've had an incredible day. A moment ago, while you were talking, I noticed in the back there was a round thing, maybe an electric fan. I wasn't really sure.
This is our shop's greatest treasure. Here, I'll show it to you.
Wow. What does it do?
Based on its shape, what does it do? Take a guess. It has to do with war.
War?
At one point, the U.S. bombed Taiwan. So what did we use to tell everyone to go to an air raid shelter?
Sound?
That's right. So this is a siren.
Really?
It's a siren. Thing here is pretty old.
Really? How old?
It's almost 100 years old.
100 years old? Then does it do this?
It's a little raspy, but still quite powerful.
I believe it.
I'll crank it gently so you can hear.
Okay.
What's more, there's a button here. Yeah,
So what does it do?
that's right.
I was wondering what would happen. So cool. Why do you keep it here in your restaurant?
Well, now, my dad added it to his collection more than 20 years ago.
Wow. Is your dad interested in this kind of stuff?
He's very interested in all kinds of antique objects. So now it's become our restaurant's greatest treasure.
That is so awesome.
It is.
Because usually it would never occur to me to go and get what is this called?
An air raid siren.
I would never think to collect an air
Yeah.
raid siren.
If you set it off on the street, you might get arrested.
Well, it just seems like something you'd only see in a movie. He told me all about the air raid siren. What a unique thing to have. Apparently it's 100 years old. So I felt like, how is it possible? This is 2025, but here it is. It just seems unbelievable. And then also in the restaurant, I saw a CRT TV with wooden doors. I was really surprised. First, these days you don't often see a thing like that, so I was really surprised. These days, everyone wants to get the newest phone, the newest computer, the newest TV, the super high-end gear. But then I came here and saw something unbelievable. This guy really cherishes old things. And at the same time, the restaurant doesn't feel old or outdated. In fact, it feels like traveling through time. And yet, while eating here, it was really a completely unique experience. I love it. I remember you saying home is your only castle, the river running, the scent of the patties. Wow. Hi. Hi, Mr.
Hi.
Lau. Wow, today we're exploring Dongshan, but why are we meeting here next to a field?
Are you thinking there's nothing here except for rice paddies?
Well, there's a...
Irrigation canal.
Okay, yes, an irrigation canal.
Yes. This canal is one of the most unique places in the Dongshan area.
Really? Why is that?
All the rice paddies rely on this canal for irrigation. Remember the Dongshan River? The main thing that the Dongshan River does isn't irrigation, it's draining floodwaters. So the canal is incredibly important. It's why Dongshan produces the most rice in the Yilan area.
Oh, so no wonder this place is so beautiful.
Right. Now, irrigation aside, they have another function that's become more and more popular around here.
Oh, what is it?
The canoes you see ahead.
Wow, there are so many canoes. Does he run the place? Hello, hello!
Hi, A-Tong.
Wow, we're going canoeing today! There's so many of them.
It's only 90 centimeters deep. Very safe.
Oh, then what made you decide to rent out canoes here?
Because right here, nothing blocks the view. This is a water bird conservation area, spacious and beautiful.
So it's a water bird conservation area? Why?
Because this place is near the 52nd Jiao wetland. This area plus the 52nd Jiao wetland totals more than 100 hectares of wetlands. Migratory birds go where the food is. They don't choose the conservation area. They don't know that this area is protected. There are rice paddies right next to it. After the harvest, the whole place is just overflowing with water, so there's plenty of nutrients for aquatic plants to grow. So birds want to stay here. So if you come here in fall or winter, especially in November, there'll be thousands of black-winged stilts. Migratory birds pass the winter here in this specific habitat.
Not only is Yilan a winter haven for migratory birds, the endless rice paddies seems like a canvas for a higher power, creating one gorgeous painting after another. Do you want to take in magnificent scenes among the fields? Other than biking, the unique perspective of a canoe might be a great choice. You know, I'm not sure what this thing we're in right now is called.
You mean
You know this right here?
this irrigation canal?
Is that what it is?
It's used to irrigate
Oh.
crops. In fact, all of this, the entire Dongshan plain relies on Lingbaochun Canal. In theory, the water comes down here from Wulaoken. Now, about the indigenous people here, you might assume the canal was built by Han people, right? Actually, before the Han arrived, the Kavalan people were here. The Kavalan are a water-loving people. Every one of them can paddle a canoe. Their canoes are made from natal wood.
You know, he really put in a lot of effort. He was so passionate about telling me the story of this place. But paddling along it felt like I had to split my attention, and it was really hard. Trying to paddle and listen and not bump into the sides was really a lot happening at once. Well, so now we have to lie back?
It feels like you do, but you won't hit it.
Oh, so it's just a feeling. This place is so gorgeous.
See, the canal among the rice paddies, that guy found a good place to rent out canoes.
Yeah, very creative.
Yes,
Wow.
Yilan is anything but short of water, so here you can always canoe year-round.
Wow.
A lovely place.
It really is. The holo phrase is loveliest hometown, right?
Very nice.
Back when I was in Boston, we had the Atlantic Ocean and the Charles River nearby. So when I was little, me and my family or my brother would go canoeing or paddleboarding. So today made me think of how it was back then. But the scenery is kind of different. Today, it's beautiful rice paddies and gorgeous mountains. My guide especially pointed out Mountain Mauer along the way. The weather was incredibly good today. You could see everything. Pedaling along on a bike, happily seeing different parts of Dongshan is super chill and relaxing. But did you know? If you want to see Dongshan, there's a different 5-star way of experiencing it. The whole thing is wonderful. It takes you far from the noise of the city so you can completely immerse yourself in Mother Nature's embrace. This place is so eye-catching. Do you think so? Over here, you can see it's been deliberately laid out. Yeah, a little bit. For example, here on the left, you can see our bald cypress eco pond. The goal was to create a Dongshan version of an oasis. Dongshan version of an oasis. So as you drive this way along the Dongshan River, you'll see this eco pond and then these dense coniferous trees. Now the North American cypress especially loves water. This species is closely tied to the water. So you can see it has aerial roots, right? They're very dense. The breathing roots mean the tree is nice and healthy. Our boss really loves trees. He cherishes every one of them. All of the tree species you see here were taken from his collection. He even brought in a team of tree doctors to care for it.
So every tree here has its own ID card.
That's so cool.
Yes, yeah, it's really because the ID card is used to keep track of how they're doing health-wise or their various traits or how to take care of them when they're transplanted to keep them really healthy.
So tonight I'm staying in a place surrounded like this?
Yes, surrounded by a forest with many different species of trees.
Ooh, wow. This place is superb. It's all mint green. And there's a cactus. Wow, it's beautiful.
Yes, you can see each of our campers has its own style. Your room today is our cactus green room, mint cactus. So the room is decorated in green and then outside is a bucolic scene. Every camper has different scenery outside.
So this really is what they call glamping.
Yes, you could say it's glamping, but from our point of view, the camper is just a starting point. It could be a cabin in the forest or a camping tent, but to us, basically, it's a living space for you.
Many travelers like Yilan or Dongshan because of its simple lifestyle. While I enjoy the mountains and trees with minimal environmental impact, an afternoon thunderstorm lends the air a mystic feeling like a magical village out of Harry Potter. Whoa, chef, this smells so good. So this is sausage and rice?
It's our Yilan smoked duck.
Smoked duck?
And also jiaoxi water spinach, both Yilan specialties.
Wow. It kind of looks like sausage, but these dish in front of us looks to me like Western food. Is that what we're eating?
It's kind of Chinese food made in a Western way, but these dishes are all based on our memories or flavors we've tasted before and then altered.
Wow, there's so many. What do you think? Where should I start?
You can start with the salad. This salad was made based on saltwater chicken, so we used Yilan Sanxing scallions for the sauce.
Oh, this is yummy. You said it's based on saltwater chicken?
That's right.
This is one of Taiwan's casual local dishes, right?
Ours, yeah.
So what about this? Chef, did you know I'm from Boston? So when I see this, it reminded me of Boston chowder. Wow. I'm so excited for this chowder. And it's got clams too. This looks like youtiao.
That's right.
This is not chowder.
That's right. This concept was based on salted soy milk and then we made it into chowder.
Oh, that's so unique. So that's why you put in youtiao.
Right.
You know, when I was a little kid, I didn't really like Taiwanese food. But if I was given Taiwanese food made like this, I would definitely have been fooled into eating a ton of it. In one delicious dish after another, I can taste the chef's incredible skill. And the forest and mountains around us bring an elegant sort of romance to this feast of delights. But did you know? Delicious food eaten by your camper aside, at night, the cypress grove turns into an exquisite little bar. It's a charming place that brings a blissful sense of peace to this journey into the forest. Morning, Shanting.
Hey, Christina, long time no see.
Long time no see. You told me for today there are stone houses near here. But why did you decide to meet up with me at what looks like a traditional temple?
Because the main religious belief that goes with the stone houses is here. That's why I wanted to meet here. Most of the stone houses here were built by Hakka people. For them, this temple represents their most important beliefs. Inside, you can see three deities, the Senshang Guowang, The Lords of the Three Mountains. Yeah, early on, people here didn't worship the Sanshan Guowang. In the beginning, 36 Hakka people settled here. Early on, people worshipped those 36 people. But when they didn't have enough to eat or wear because there was nothing here, the people later on came to this place and built a temple for spiritual blessings and protection. Aside from memorializing the original 36, it was also dedicated to 3 gods.
Okay, so what you're saying is where there's a Sanshan Guowang temple, there are probably Hakka people living nearby?
A lot of Hakka people.
So that's what you mean. Near our house, my dad's house in Pingdong, there's a Sanshan Guowang temple too. People often ask if I'm Hakka. I never knew why they would ask that. This must be why.
Right. Basically, if you see the Sanshan Guowang, there will be Hakka around. Now this part of Yilan is very unique because Dongshan, Yilan, was the last area in Yilan to be settled. And Maopu City, where we are today, was the last part of Dongshan to be settled.
Whoa, so that is related to the stone houses around here. So from what Shenting tells me, the Hakka settled in Yilan relatively late. As a result, most of the plain was occupied by Fukanese, while fierce indigenous people lived in the mountains. The Hakka had to settle at the mountain foot. They resorted to thatched roofs and stone walls just to have basic shelter from the elements.
Christina, this is one of the stone houses I was talking about.
Wow, so actually I saw something similar in Nepal. It was deep in the mountains, but there are earthquakes there, so the houses had already collapsed.
Yeah, these stone houses are difficult to preserve. Taiwan has earthquakes and frequent typhoons, so it's hard to keep them intact.
Oh, so then why were houses here built out of stone?
Because there was nothing here. The early settlers didn't have any money to buy bricks, so they used what was there. When building a stone house, if they had just a little money, they would buy bricks to reinforce it. So the houses we're looking at now were reinforced later. You can tell from the cement. But early on, they only had bricks and stone, nothing else.
So ancient people were really smart. A lot of World Heritage sites were built from stone, like the Colosseum in Rome or Machu Picchu. So back then, when they built like this, they were intelligent too.
They were intelligent
They really were.
too. Around here, a lot of people have moved away. Have you noticed there's a hole down here?
Oh,
Doesn't it
there
seem
is.
unusual to you?
Why is there a hole? Is this how they used to go to the bathroom?
In some places, it might be a toilet, but here in Maopu, it has a unique function.
What kind of function?
This place happens to be right on the border between mountains and plain. There were a lot of indigenous people around here, so the
Oh.
people living here were afraid that the indigenous people would hunt and take their heads to prove themselves as warriors.
Oh, so this is before, right? Okay.
They were afraid that would happen, so they brought water into their houses. Then they had a water source inside that could be used to wash clothes or cook or for drinking.
Oh, that's smart too.
More than 10 years ago when I was a kid, there were still a lot of stone houses here like this one. But the people here got old or some of them decided to move away, so a lot of these houses were abandoned and disappeared.
Dongshan, famous across Taiwan for its tea leaves and rice paddies, doesn't just have a wealth of crops. The Ecoark on the bank of the Dongshan River is home to incredibly vast biodiversity. So if you're looking for a delightful destination for low-carbon travel, Dongshan might be the perfect choice. I'm Christina, and this is Linking368 Taiwan. Which town will we visit next? See you next time. Bye.
景的未来，引领世界的光芒。马卡给的努米达。路途西经，充满生命力。我的决心，让台台延绵。过去、现在，和未来无限。台湾发展，全世界倾羡。勇敢热情，脚步莫停。伫汪洋中，要游向未来。华丽转身，华丽转身，咱做伙华丽转身。伫汉子啊，心手相连下，拼出一片台湾。坚强勇气，坚强勇气，咱斗阵坚强勇气，成为一尾坚强有活力的台湾黑马。